Hi everyone. July 11th, World Population Day. Why is it observed and since when was it observed? In 1987, the 5 billion mark of world population was met, and the United Nations decided to observe this day as a day to talk about world population issues. And since 1989, we have been observing this day. Now, I'm sure all of you are aware that the world population has been increasing by the day. But how many of us are actually aware of the numbers and the details? Let's take a look at it today. Human population 1,000 years ago was less than 500 million. That is lesser than 50 million, which is in turn much lesser than the current population of the state of Karnataka in India. Today, we are touching 8 billion. It has taken 200,000 years of human history to reach the 1 billion mark, and only 200 years to reach the 8 billion. While the population has been increasing in almost all the countries across the globe, some countries have increased much more than the others. The ones that you see in darker colors have the highest growth, India being on top. However, the fertility rate has increased more in the African continent due to better facilities in the recent years. We celebrate every birth and we mourn every death, knowing very well that both these are unavoidable and not in our control. In the last few years, the birth rate has increased and is more than double the death rate, meaning for every person leaving this world, at least 2 more enter it. The primary reasons for this population explosion are the advancement in medical facilities. It includes reduced infant mortality, which means more babies are born safely. And yes, it is a good thing. But at the other end, it has also increased lifespan with the help of medicines and surgeries. Yes, it is also a good thing. But what has it done to the world? When we realize the population has been growing beyond control, many countries and the United Nations have taken different measures. China's one-child policy created a wave, and they actually managed to implement it. Conspiracies and the different theories behind it is apart. However, did they actually manage to continue? Unfortunately, no. Very recently, China took off the ban of one-child policy and they are now open to more children. What did the other countries do? Most of them are trying out family planning. Has it worked? Not really, because family planning is an individual's right. Now, how is UN and the other countries planning to implement it? That is exactly why we have this Population Day, to bring awareness to people on the ill effects or the issues regarding the population and the need to plan families. On one end, many parents in this world have been blessed with a baby through different methods when they are not able to make a baby naturally. However, at the other end, a lot of couples are giving up the joy of parenting just for the greater good of this world. While China is the current topper in world population, very soon India is going to overtake. A country where it is not openly spoken about how to make babies is going to be the superstar and top the chart. So when did India actually start making so many babies? The last 50 years have been the most productive, and we crossed the magical 1 billion mark when we entered the new millennium. And in 2020, that is as of this year, we have crossed 138 crores. Please note, Most places in movies and ministers always mention 130 crores. That is because the last 8 anyway do not make a difference to them. Or we are producing babies at a rate where the numbers increase at a supersonic speed. While many countries claim these numbers as their population count, our cities have achieved this individually. Mumbai and Delhi have crossed the 1 crore mark all by themselves. The population of Bangalore has doubled in the last 10 years. For those who like to deal with the details and the numbers, do check out the Worldometer website. They have the live updates on the birth rate, death rate, and various other statistics of the world, including the COVID-19 cases. As for the others who are wondering what is wrong in making so many babies, we need to understand that the world can take only so much. We have already destroyed a lot of forests and natural resources to build skyscrapers and luxury villas. We have also grabbed the agricultural land. When are we going to realize that we cannot be eating nuts and bowls and gadgets, and our credit cards and debit cards are not going to quench our thirst? Human beings have been selfish for a very long time. We have not just destroyed the natural resources, but also many other creatures who live in it. Have you ever thought that this pandemic that we are facing today is our punishment? We who have been exploiting the nature, and the nature today is revolting against it. We are losing lives at a rate higher than the normal rate. Is it trying to match the birth rate? Is it trying to balance itself? We wouldn't know. So what can we do? We need to realize our atrocities against nature. Can we ever live in harmony with nature and rebuild this world the way it was? And it is perfectly fine, for we have other options. We can leave this world for the other creatures to live happily while we take leave from this world. Thank you.